Okay, on this episode of Coach Campus, it's a special edition for me. You are the commissioner of the WNFC, that's the Women's National Football Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Janice Masters with us. How are you doing today, Janice?
I am good. What's good with you?
Everything is well. I'm out here. Spring, hopefully spring comes soon for us people here in Pittsburgh. I know that spring has sprung for you with the football league. I know you're already in the midst of what's going on. We'll cover all what's going on with you. But first and foremost, Janice, tell me and tell us, how did you become the commissioner of the WNFC?
Listen, I can't write this script any better, man. I think, as you know, sports has always been my life. Everything that I've done revolved around sports, whether it was softball, basketball, football, all the things. Was always in the backyard playing with the kids in the neighborhood growing up, trying to stay out of trouble. But I was a kid that was out the door as soon as I could and in the door when the dinner bell rang, and everything in between was probably revolving around a sport. I played tackle football here in Pittsburgh for about 11 years. Finished that up in 2017. Friends and quite frankly opponents of mine had spun up the WNFC. Jessica Jenkins, our founder and CEO, who I actually played against during that time, had started the WNFC as the founder CEO, and we reconnected, got back in touch. And she's like, "You're not done with football." Yeah, no, I'm not done with football. I might be done on the field playing, but this game has brought me a lot of things. It brought me a whole new love for a different sport, a whole new challenge, and just loved it from day one. And though I might not be on the field on Saturdays, I'm sure everything I do revolves around football now. Everything I'm in, my day to day. I don't, I quit my job a couple of years ago to take this on full time, and the founder asked me to be a part of it back in 2019. So I had to say yes. There was nothing about it. I've been with WNFC since then, and commissioner at that time. And 2 years ago now, I left my role at a marketing company to take this on full time. So I'm now the commissioner and general manager. So I get to wake up and work on football and getting these women paid and, working with the best athletes in women's football.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you for saying that. By the way, you said you played 11 years. What position did you play?
I was all over the place. I went everything from, I started at D-line when I was a rookie, got moved to middle linebacker, got to call the huddles, got to call the plays, got to do all the fun stuff with blitzes. I moved over to offense as quarterback for a few years. Played a little tight end, that little H package. Played a little tight end at my time. But yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. Loved it. Loved playing multiple places just to get experience. Helped me because I coached a little later on in my career. And so I think playing both sides of that definitely helped me with strategy and helped me understand what other sides were doing.
Great. That's awesome. And you were talking about, trying to get these players paid and things like that. I did see that you have a sponsorship with Adidas and with like companies like Riddell. Can you tell a little bit more about that and what you're looking to do for the players?
Yeah, absolutely. For us, our first and foremost goal is to find equity with women in this game. And though we may not be able to get them a paycheck at this moment, a lot of them are working other jobs or full-time moms or going to school or anything outside of their practices and games. We want to try to take away as much expense as we can and have no money coming out of the athlete's pocket. So partners like Adidas, who are our on-field apparel sponsors and outfit our teams in some pretty sweet uniforms on the weekends, partners like that really help us in our growth and help eliminate that pay-to-play element of women in football. Riddell, as you know, Bethany alum, go ahead. A little shout out there. Riddell, obviously our head and neck safety partner. I'm working to outfit all of our teams with the latest technology in head and neck safety. So we also have a couple of other partnerships, United Sports Brands, which is also Cutter's Gloves and Shock Doctor, places like that are all under that umbrella. Dove's been an amazing partner to us that we've onboarded over the last 2 seasons. They work a lot with our Got Her Back camps and clinics, really helping in that partnership and growing the game at the youth level as well.
Hey, that sounds great. Everything that I'm hearing sounds great. And also, I saw that when it comes to that your marketing department you guys actually sell jerseys as well, correct? What other
We
apparel
do.
do you have?
It is the only place, WNFC fan jerseys, Adidas hot jerseys, the only place where you could buy an authentic women's football jersey just just to support your favorite. Listen, if I was still in the league, I would be sending you some to hand out to our friends. But since I'm not, you gotta pick your favorite team. Maybe it's the cherry blossom jersey. We don't know, but no, we do. We sell all of our athletes, and it's actually a little inside info. We actually revenue share back to our athletes who get a piece of that jersey sale. So it's the least we can do in trying to support them. But we have all kinds of merch, man. We got hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got we have our Her Game line, Her Game Football, which we believe is kind of stands for football looks like anything, and we want it to be Her Game too. And so we have a line of Her Game that's kind of our collection that's pretty popular. But unscfootball.com/shop for anything you want, pajamas, you name it. Support your favorite team if you want to.
Definitely. One thing I would say, I don't know. I haven't been on the jersey part in a couple of weeks. I looked at it a couple of weeks ago, and I saw a brand new. It was a Washington Prodigy. It was like baby blue. I mean, it was nice. I need you to hook me up with. I'll pay for anything. I just need it in a big man. I just need it in a big man size. I just need, I need big man friendly because I got to have some room whenever I'm cheering on my. I already adopted a team. The closest one to me, Washington Prodigy. That's my team now. So.
Listen, they're a solid one. They're a solid one to follow, and I got some. You got some nice athletes out of there. I'm also going to preview the season for you. My pick for probably one of the top secondaries in the league with the women that they have on the team this year. So hopefully, if we can meet up in DC, you'll get to watch them in action. But yeah, they're a good one to have.
Yeah, and that's perfect. And trust me, I am going to at least get the one or two games I saw. Like you said, you had the Texas game. We're going to talk more about the teams here shortly. But what I wanted to talk to you about real quick was this year, coming into this year, which is the seventh season of the league, coming into this year, I saw that you now are making advances with your medical department here for the WNFC. Would you like to talk about that real quick and
Yeah.
and how that came about?
That's exciting. That's exciting. That's, my day is split into a couple of different things. So from the general manager side and operational side, I've got a lot going on to get ready for the season, but there's the innovative and advancement side of what we're doing and putting together a medical advisory group so that we can not only set a foundation for our athletes, but we can proactively start to plan what these women should be doing in season, off season, how to prepare properly. Contact football is it's violent. It's supposed to be. It's a great game. It's a violent game, aggressive game, and women's bodies are a little different than the typical football player that people have known for the past several years. So the way that everything from concussion protocol to ACL tears to Achilles issues to preventative health to how to come back from pregnancy. We have athletes in our league who've been pregnant that are coming back to play, and they are, I kid you not, they are superheroes for what they're doing. And so we've got a good group of medical specialists, everyone from athletic trainers to endocrinologists to head and concussion specialists, just a wide variety of group that we just onboarded a couple of weeks ago that are already proactively starting to help us set those standards and set those guidelines to help our athletes and ensure that their safety is top of mind for everyone.
And that's great. It's great that you're already investing into things like this so that, the recovery time, different other things are going on like that so that, you're investing back into your players. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's get to your players. You have what, 16
teams, the 900, little over 900 athletes. And something that we haven't talked about yet is each of our 16 teams has a tackle football program and a flag football program, adult flag football. So we have roughly 900 to 1,000 athletes in those programs from probably 18 or 19 different countries that women who play globally have come to the United States to participate in our season. So we do have some people who are traveling in from other countries to play as well.
And that's perfect. And your season, Now, I know that your first game's next week, which is the weekend of the 26th, 20, and you will be in the Bay Area, correct?
I am traveling to the Golden State Storm's first home game at Laney Field in Oakland, California.
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna be in the Bay. Hopefully my man Too Short gets there.
All right.
But I looked at the highlights, and this is very competitive. Like I was looking at the hits, and I was like, hold on, you'd have
That's
to
why
wear
I'm.
two
That's why I'm
tickets.
here talking to you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here talking to you and not practicing, man. It's gotten, I played for 11 years, and these women have gotten stronger and faster and more competitive and just better at this game than I could have ever imagined. Absolutely.
I can't wait to come out and see a game. Now, for people who are looking to get into the league, what does it look like to try to get? Who they contact? What can they contact? When is tryouts?
Sure. So our season right now is obviously just kicking off. Our flag season will actually start in the fall. So our tackle season goes from March 28th and we end with the 9 Cup Championship weekend in Frisco, Texas at the Ford Center, June 19th through the 21st. And then after that, we have a little bit of an off season. And by off season, I mean, not even, we're back in the office the next day planning our fall. Our fall consists of flag football tournaments regionally for our 16 cities. It consists of Got Her Back camps and clinics for youth ages 6 to youth girls ages 6 to 18 in each of those cities. And then we also we also will hold National Tryout Day, usually the first weekend or first or second weekend in October. So each of those 16 teams will host their own tryouts regionally in their cities. And then from there, we start into agreements and signing days and the whole thing again. And we're back in motion.
That is perfect. So last year, you ended on a high. You ended on a high with the elite Spartans, 21, and my Washington Prodigies now 19.
Listen, that game was probably the most competitive game of women's football I've ever witnessed. That team, there was highs and lows and heartbreak for all of those for both of those organizations, but what a game. It was actually our most competitive season, so our margin of victories are continuing to lessen and decrease, and we're just getting to the most competitive level that we can. And Texas has been an amazing team for years, but we have other organizations like your Washington Prodigy and the Mississippi Panthers and San Diego Rebellion and teams like that who are coming through, and some of our newer teams, our newer franchises in Chicago and Jersey Shore coming in. I'm excited for the year. It's unpredictable and hopefully listen, there's a rematch April 4th, Texas and Washington. I'm formally and officially inviting you because I know I'll be there. So cool if you can't make it, but I'm just saying it would be fun to see you there. But yeah, it's these are getting really, really competitive.
And they are. And I have one hurdle to clear. I clear that hurdle, I'm there. Trust me, I am there. I'm going to get the VIP. I look at the tickets already. I want the get the VIP tickets. I'm
Well,
going
you
to give
might
me
know someone that can help you out with that too. I'm just saying, like
I
you might know
know, but
someone.
I would like to pay it forward, as they say, and I still want
Appreciate you
to
for that.
get my ticket. And then if you want to, meet me somewhere, that's perfectly fine. I'll deal with that as is. But I'm definitely going to buy my ticket though, and then if it comes with I get to see the GM and I get to act important for a couple hours. Oh, I would love that.
I'm here for it. I'm
All
here for that.
right. And before I let you go, now you've taken on the new GM role and this is your fourth season coming up as commish. Tell me, where are you now compared to where you were when you first started? And what is some of your future plans for the players and the organizations here at the WN?
Sure. When we started the league back in 2018, when Odessa had this vision, again, the ultimate mission of equity in women's football. And so equity for women in football, I should say, there was a clear 3-year path that we hit and some of the goals that we had started with had hit. Now, each organization and each team having their own systems in place and travel in place and things like that. We've partnered with people like Fastbreak AI who house all of our ticketing And for the first time, all women's football, all of our tackle tickets are in one place. You go to our website, it is one place. Each team has their own, but it is one link, it is one company, it is one place to be consistent. And that's never happened before. And it sounds so small and minute, but it's the first time we've been able to partner with someone to house this and just, up our game into the next step of digital world of ticketing and how that functions. It's the same company we partnered with for all of our travel. So they'll book all of our travel for our athletes and teams, whether it's charter buses or hotel rooms or airfare or whatever that looks like. So that company has been tremendous in what we're onboarding and driving for consistency across the teams for all of our franchises. So steps like that are really huge. The medical advisory group's huge. Our continued partners with Adidas, Riddell, and Dove, and people like that who continue to support us. It's been step after step, and when you're in it, it's hard to stop and step back and say, look what we've done. But when other people come to you from where you've started to where you are now, and the laughter and the tears and all of the struggles to get there really are in perspective of, and we're doing it. So the next step for us is we're continuing to look for our investors and really taking on those lead investment roles so that we can continue to take further steps so that athletes don't come out of pocket to play football. In addition to that, our goal at the end of the day would have every athlete to be paid to play this game. And, we're not perfect. We're not there yet. We're not WNBA. We were just chatting, got to their collective bargaining agreement today, and that's been step after step and loopholes to get through that. But we'll get there. I work with a lot of women we are way too stubborn to not do this, and so when you put us all in a room together, we can do a lot of good things. And people are pushing back on us, and that's cool. That's okay. If it was easy, everybody would be in our shoes, but here we are, and we're going to make it work, and we are going to continue to move forward.
And I appreciate you saying that. And you know what they say, if you don't have any haters, then you're not doing anything right. So if you have the haters, you're doing something right,
So we must be doing a lot of things
yes,
right.
yes, you're doing a lot of things right. And like you said, I like to shout out those sponsorships that you do have, that are helping, to get you to where you need to be. There's not enough said about sponsors who are helping you. And like I said, I'm a fan. I've been a fan of yours for over 20-something years. You are the Hall of Famer, that I know. I always call you that. Always call you All-American. You know that. I wish you guys nothing but success. Like I said, I will be commenting and looking at your games. And what I would like to say last is, your games are actually going to be televised on DZN.
Yep. No, we are on
on DZN,
our streaming partners, Victory Plus. So all of our games will be streamed live and free on the platform Victory Plus. They're our media partner. They'll stream every game, and they've been a partner of ours since last season. We'll have all 48 of our regular season games will be there. In addition to that, our conference playoffs and our 9-Cup championship game. Our 9-Cup championship game will be on Sunday, June 21st. It will also be live on ESPN2. So you can watch all season long on Victory Plus. Victory Plus also holds now Love B, the NWSL, I believe it's the Dallas Stars and possibly the Texas Rangers on MLB, but a growing platform. So we're excited to be partnered with them again. But obviously being on ESPN2 for our championship game is pretty cool. So you can watch us all season long, live and free.
All right, that's perfect. And like you said, Victory Plus. So I will be putting the link in the bio as well so that people can see. I want to thank you, Janice, for your time. It was great speaking to you, Commish. Like I said, I know that we will be connecting, afterwards as well. But I want to wish you safe travels to the West Coast next week, and have a great and successful 2026 season.
Appreciate you always, and thanks. Not for your support just this season, but everything and all of the shout outs you give me and have given me over the years. It's people like you and people that support us. Yes, there's partnerships and sponsorships, but it's people like you that give me momentum and excitement to continue to do what we're doing. So you're always appreciated.
Thank you again, Janice. and good luck this season.
Thank you.